Rich BIL harassed my wife for not wearing her wedding ring and turned the family against us. Then his wife found his phone unlocked and found his affair. Update 1. First, I want to thank everyone for their supportive comments on my last post. After reading them all, I felt confident in my decision to stand my ground and not apologize to Mike. Well, things have gotten way worse since then, and I need to vent about what's been happening. A few days after my post, my sister-in-law Rachel, Emma's sister, called to tell me that Mike had been messaging her on Facebook. He was asking her all these questions about Emma, who she hangs out with when I'm at work, if she goes out without me, and if Rachel had ever noticed anything suspicious about her behavior. Rachel shut him down immediately and sent me screenshots of the conversation. Mike actually had the nerve to tell Rachel that as Emma's sister, she had a responsibility to warn me if Emma was being unfaithful. I was already angry about that when Sarah called me crying last night. Apparently, Mike has become completely obsessed with this whole ring situation. He's convinced himself that Emma not wearing her rings is proof that she's cheating on me. Sarah said he brings it up constantly, saying things like no faithful wife would go around without her rings and that Emma must be hiding her marriage status for a reason. The situation got even worse when my stepmom Linda called this morning. She was really upset and told me Mike had been going around to extended family members telling them he saw Emma acting suspicious at the bar that night. He's been implying to everyone that she was flirting with other men and that's the real reason she doesn't wear her rings. Some of our more gossipy relatives have apparently been eating this up and spreading the rumors further. When I confronted Sarah about these rumors, she broke down crying again. She admitted that Mike had been spreading these lies about Emma but begged me not to confront him about it. According to her, Mike has been in a terrible mood ever since that night at the bar, drinking more than usual and obsessing over every detail of their evening out. She said he's convinced himself that Emma was checking out other men while we were there and that I'm too blind to see it. I was absolutely furious. Emma and I have been together since college. She's been nothing but faithful our entire relationship. She's an amazing mother who spends her days taking care of our 4 young kids. She hardly ever goes out without me, not because I'm controlling but because we enjoy spending time together. The fact that Mike would try to destroy her reputation over something as stupid as not wearing rings made me see red. Despite Sarah's pleas, I ended up calling Mike directly. I told him if he didn't stop spreading lies about my wife, I would make sure everyone knew about his controlling behavior with Sarah, the forced ring photos, his drinking problems, and how he treats her when he's angry. I also mentioned that I had screenshots of his inappropriate messages to Rachel and wouldn't hesitate to share them with the family. This led to a massive blow-up. Mike started yelling about how I was threatening him and said he'd sue me for defamation. When I laughed at that, he got even angrier and started making more accusations about Emma. Sarah got on the phone crying about how I was tearing the family apart and begging me to just apologize so everything could go back to normal. Now my dad and stepmom are caught in the middle of this mess. My stepmom Linda is defending Sarah and Mike, saying I'm being too harsh and should understand that Mike is just protective of marriage as an institution. She thinks I should apologize to keep the peace. My dad, on the other hand, thinks Mike is being ridiculous and told me he's proud that I stood up for Emma. The extended family is completely divided. Some relatives have taken Mike's side and are treating Emma differently at family functions. Others think Mike is unhinged and are worried about Sarah. My cousin Beth told me that at a recent family dinner, Mike spent 2 hours ranting about how women who don't wear their rings are disrespecting their husbands and are probably cheating. I'm starting to understand why Sarah's first marriage ended so quickly. She has a pattern of choosing controlling men. Mike clearly has serious issues that come out when he drinks, and I'm worried about how he treats Sarah when they're alone. Emma is really upset about the rumors but agrees we shouldn't back down. She's mostly worried about our kids hearing something from their cousins about their mom being unfaithful. This whole situation is beyond ridiculous. All of this drama because my wife doesn't wear rings while managing our household and taking care of 4 kids. I'll update again if anything else